Good afternoon and welcome to today's webinar. Thank you for joining us. My name is Sean O'Brien, I'm the president of QwickRate, and I am pleased today to be joined by Jason Heinrich on our credit union team. Jason, do you want to go ahead and introduce yourself?
Hey everybody, my name is Jason. I'm one of the sales reps here for the credit unions at QwickRate and help on the analytics side as well.
Awesome. Thank you, Jason. Jason's going to take the second half of our presentation today. He's going to do the hard part. He's going to kind of walk you through a little bit how the marketplace works. But I'm going to get us started. What we're going to cover today is just talk a little bit about our marketplace. While we're here today to talk about investing, there is the opportunity to issue as well. So we'll touch on that. As I mentioned, Jason will walk you through the marketplace. And then finally, we'll just touch on what's been a very popular product with our credit unions as the CECL solver. And then throughout the presentation today, either through the chat or the Q&A, please submit any questions you have. And Jason and I will monitor those and take those either during the presentation or certainly at the end of today's discussion. So again, I think just a reminder, appreciate you're here. Most of you are here, know us for QwickRate. We do a number of different things, including a CECL solver and IntelliCredit. So I just wanted to let you know if you're new to us, while we're here today talking about the CD Marketplace, we do quite a bit else. So if there's anything we can ever help you with, we certainly welcome the opportunity to do so. Again, I think we wanted to start today just, certainly some top of mind things, that I think all of us are dealing with. Certainly from an interest rate environment, it's been an unprecedented rise over the last, year or two with rates here. That's impacted us a number of different ways, certainly with our own cost of funds. It's certainly in some instances weakened loan demand, particularly in the housing space. It's caused a lot of leakage or deposit runoff for us. So overall, it's just really impacted our liquidity in a number of different ways. And sometimes, when things move like this, it can leave us to maybe just be a little bit of, stalemated or just, cause or pause for action. And so I think one of the things that, I think we see certainly in the call reports here in the first half of this year is, the amount of money that's just sitting overnight, at the Fed or other overnight sources, because the short-term rates have risen so much that, some of the institutions, may have not now, as we get closer to the end of hopefully this rising rate cycle, maybe now is the time to start looking to deploy some of that into more term products that we have here, at QwickRate. So the marketplace itself, just the highlights, again, we can assist institutions on both the investing and the funding side. So, certainly we're here today to talk about how you can earn more yield, but also if you are in need of issuing, we can do that. We have over 1,300 credit union subscribers. We're proud of that. We've been around for over 35 years. So we think we've, developed and built a marketplace that, credit unions have come to, rely on and trust for not only, again, deploying investments, but also now increasingly over the last 5 or 6 years, begin to use us either to directly issue it for a non-member deposit or as a contingency funding source. As I mentioned, rates have been rising and we got that inverted yield curve, which has left a lot of us content just to leave money overnight because we've been, fairly compensated here more recently for those dollars. But, I think as the conversation moves now to, we maybe are closer to the end of the rising rate cycle, or at least that's the sentiment today. Maybe now is the time to start looking to lock in some of these, rates if we can afford to in some term products. As you can see here, here's just a snapshot of some of the rates, as of this morning in our marketplace, right? So you can see, the 90 days, again, we're inverted a bit, but, locking in, 566 for 2 years. Is not, or even 550 for 10 CDs is a pretty attractive option here when we think about, the risk-free nature of those investments. Just a reminder, right? If we keep doing what we've been doing, we'll get the same results. But again, the marketplace itself, right? Serving credit unions for over 35 years, 3,000 institutions. We're really proud of the renewal rate and the longevity that our customers, particularly our credit unions, have with us. We'd like to think it's because we've taken care and delivered on the value proposition that we have. There are no additional third-party or transactional fees. We do constantly strive, and often done with the input from our credit union subscribers, have developed tools to not only speed up the process, but just try to simplify and take any of the friction out of working in our marketplace. So, again, I think we're constantly in search of trying to improve our space. And then, as I mentioned, you have the ability to flip from being an investor to, if the liquidity changes, then you can issue as well. As I mentioned, just some of the current realities that we're facing, right? Certainly, in fact, that's the wrong slide. Earnings will be challenged for the remainder of the year. Our deposits are going to be under pressure. And, I think what we can expect is just, more scrutiny from our regulators, and hopefully, the fact of the matter is these higher liquidity levels will likely mean less lending, but hopefully we won't see any rise in credit costs, which, can oftentimes lead to some liquidity issues as well. All right. I think increasingly when we talk to regulators, I think one thing they're always concerned about is liquid assets. So just make sure, we're maintaining liquid assets. Again, laddering CDs can be an effective way to not only take advantage of yield, but then also keep that, ongoing cushion of liquid assets coming due. One of the things that we're going to, talk about, is understanding the marginal cost of funds. I think one of the things, if you do issue, we certainly want to take into account is what those marginal costs of funds are. So, certainly be cognizant of that. We're going to touch on this here in a little bit here later as well. So, Jay, at this point, I'm going to turn it over to you to kind of take us through the marketplace.
You my screen?
I can.
Perfect. Awesome. Yeah. And for some of y'all may have seen this before, or be current members, or you've never seen it before, but this is the QwickRate platform. Again, have access to QwickRate, or you sign up as a membership base, you have access to pretty much everything to both invest and raise deposits as your needs change. So it's very flexible. But I like to typically describe QwickRate as almost the Amazon of CDs these days. You set up your profile just like there. We get the appropriate information, but set up your users, set up notifications. So it's very easy to do, both the issuer and investor side, very quick. But once you have that going, that's when you can both invest and issue as you need. Here is the rate board. This is typically where the investors would go spend their time, but this has all the institutions that are posting rates, all the different terms that they're posting at, and all their information is going to be located here. So everything you need to know on a banking institution is on this screen, so you can make some good decisions. Typically, though, here, these are all federally insured institutions, and you're just looking to say, hey, I need the highest rate I can get for my money. So we'll typically just go down this list until you have all your funds invested. We do, you are able to maintain your current CD portfolio, so you can quickly see who you have an investment with and who you don't. It'll be easily noticed. So let's say we want to add this to our shopping cart as an investor. Click on that. It adds it to the cart. We'll go there. And now we just need to add in a few more bits of deep, information, how much you want to invest. You can also add in any kind of notes or make any kind of adjustments to maturity dates if they're on the weekend or something like that. But once that's good, we'll just select that and we'll send that inquiry off. And as an investor, you can go about your day. You will receive an email letting you know, you have been accepted. That information has been reviewed, and you will see a kind of a blue check mark once that's happened. So very easy at that point. It's still not a done deal till you send the money, but there you'll pull off their wire instructions, all the information you need, get those funds out the door. And the last step is just to post that to your portfolio. As Sean was saying, we've been doing this for over 35 years. So, pretty much everything you're going to need to manage either an investment or a deposit portfolio is here. Another thing too is that our engineers and coding team are in-house. So let us know what you like, or if you'd like to see a special report, we can certainly look into making that happen. But pretty pretty good portfolio here. One of the great things is the e-contact system. This whole system is called e-contact. It basically links the two listings together. So now you're able to get electronic safekeeping receipts. If you change your documents or maybe update your ACH instructions, everyone that's been, that you've done, all investments you've done through e-contact will be notified of that, and they'll have that information automatically. So very handy, very easy to do. And as you can see on the investment screen here, yeah, the rates are a little inverted right now, but still a great time to maybe lock in some of these longer terms. And again, we can always click on that term to see the highest rate first, and then it'll reshuffle on, around who you have your investments with. So very easy to use on the investing side. The issuing side, if you're looking to post rates, is just as easy. There, we'll go to publish rates, and here we can see, kind of start to think about, okay, what do I want my rate to be? So these are some from maybe 5 years ago, these rates. We have since surpassed that, but 141, obviously, when the highest rate, the 180-day, is almost 6%, puts you right at the very bottom. So, to be competitive, we'll definitely need to, kind of get out there. Now, if you're a new issuer, a lot of our investors, again, they're just looking to put 250 at an institution, move on, right? So if you come out here at a higher ranking, you'll get a lot of hits quick. I mean, 10 million in an afternoon, it can get pretty crazy. So we typically recommend starting around the 50th position, get a feel for how, the inquiries work, them coming in, get used to that. And then you can really crank that up when you need. But that kind of gives us another point, right? Maybe you don't need a whole lot of money right now, but why not just post a rate and stay out in the market, something low? We do have some pretty big investors that will still, think that's an attractive rate and go for that. So, you can still bring in money at the lower levels, obviously just not as quick. But once you're kind of set on your rates, you can post those and you'll be live into the marketplace. You do have some options though when it comes to total funding, right? So you can just say, hey, look, I don't care how much I get, just keep it coming until I tell you to stop. Okay. First option. Second option is by rate term. So maybe you want 20 million, you want 5 here, you're gonna do 10 at the 1 year and another 5 at the 2. So now you set some limits. And the second part of this is to say, okay, once I hit these numbers, what action do I want to happen? First is just let me know, send me an email. Second is just to pull your rates from the market automatically, and therefore no other investors can see your rates, right? And then finally, you can just lower your rates by, say, like 100 basis points, right? Really drop that activity down. The third option for totals is just to say, hey, look, I don't care how that 20 million happens. I just want 20 million total. And again, you have the same actions, right? Shoot me an email, pull my rates, or drop them. So but once you click that post button, you're live and you're out there, and you can bring in rates right then and there, or bring in CDs right then and there. So it's very quick, very easy to use. And the last couple of things I'll touch on here again is the reporting. Just everything you're going to need, right? So on the investing side, accruals. We also have everything, maturity graphs, insurance. This is investments by insurance type. That is the 5300 call report, all broken down for you, nice and neat for your CDs. So very easy to manage that. Same kind of analog on the issuing side, right? Cash flows, maturity detail graphs, everything that you're going to need to manage your portfolio, both as an investor and an issuer on QwickRate. So, best thing too, we have the most fantastic customer service there is in the industry, hands down. So you can shoot us give us an email, give us a call. We're always going to be there to help you out. So, I'm going to go ahead and stop. And Sean, I'll pass it back to you.
Unmute myself here and get my screen back up. All right, let me bear with me 1 second. Let me get this back to a slideshow so we can see a little bit better. There we go. Okay, so again, just a reminder, we've been doing this for a long time. We're proud to be, endorsed by a number of different state leagues. As Jason mentioned, we've got a lot of different tools available for you, and then certainly we've got on-staff regulatory who meets with the NCUA on an annual basis to just make sure anything we can learn to improve the marketplace or make it easier for our credit unions to work with us, we're going to attempt to do. Again, just a reminder, we've got some built-in controls. It's only institutional investors who play. So typically it's going to be banks, credit unions, political subdivisions, and nonprofits. Everything's taking place between you and the issuer, or you or the investor, depending on which side of the aisle you're on. And again, if you are issuing, it avoids the repricing or cannibalization of your own local member base. We are entirely automated. Again, as Jason showed you, we've tried to, whether it's through the ease of posting rates, e-contact, our automated rollovers, or e-wire, right? Just a number of different ways built in to make this process hopefully move as quickly and easy as you can. In your subscription, you've got the access and the ability to fund and invest as much as you like. You have access to our customer support team at all times, and certainly our regulatory team as well. Jason took you through the marketplace. Again, just just a reminder of some of those things, right? You're going to have real-time information, direct funding and investing, and then a number of tools that we put together in the quick tools section to allow you to fully track, report, and account for all your investments that you would be making through the marketplace. We do have a number of our subscriber base is the biggest in the industry. It's one place to access all of those, very conveniently. As we mentioned, no third-party fees. And again, it gives you the ability to very, very easily diversify your CD portfolio, and everything will be under the insured limit. We certainly have tools to make sure we avoid double placement. So again, I think all the tools are in place to try to, A, get you up and running as quickly as possible, but B, to give you all the tools necessary to effectively and easily manage your portfolio. Certainly all listing services aren't the same. Again, I think there's a increasingly number of competitors out there. But again, I think we, have stood the test of time and believe, we are the standard for this marketplace. So again, just a reminder, on the subscription, one subscription is going to get you access to all the tools, the support you're going to need, and the ability to either issue or invest as much as you would like. Jason, anything you want to add here before I move on to the next slide?
That's good.
Good. All right. The CECL solver, again, Jay, I don't know if you want to take this, you want me to cover this, but just briefly, a couple of years ago, we introduced this. Do you want to touch on this at all?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, no, CECL solver, and if those on the phone here may be working with you already on some of this stuff, but we really wanted to create a easy to use CECL tool, right, where we kind of managed pulled in all the data from the call report, and just wanted to be quick, easy, approachable, and makes sense at the end of the day. So it's very easy to use. The nice thing is it's ready to go, right? You've already been filing all your call reports, so with our tool, you can just get out there and start running reserve analysis today. So it's very easy to use, and again, with the best on-staff help to walk you through that and get you going. So it's very good. So.
And as Jason mentioned, right, we're proud of the fact that we think one of the real advantages, we've made a pretty practical and easy to understand approach, and certainly proud of the fact that we've got over 400 credit unions currently using us. This just kind of gives you a quick screenshot of one of our pages. But again, I think as Jason mentioned, since we're relying on your call report information, if you're unhappy or looking for maybe an option in the future, certainly give us a call. Jason, anything you want to add on this slide?
No, yeah, no, this is a great one. It kind of shows you this is great for any level of size as well. You could be a $10 million credit union, screen for more maybe a larger credit union that wants to get a little more deep into the weeds with Q factors and specific ones. So again, this will fit any size credit union. So yeah, definitely worth checking out.
Okay. All right. So in addition, I just wanted to share with you, we have, and we're continually trying to add more information, for our credit unions within our CECL solver. We do also give you access to information about, your credit union and other credit unions. This is an area where we're going to continue to try to, build more value and organize some of this call report information into more interactive page sets. You can see an example of the overview page we have out there currently. It shows your information in an absolute manner over time, and then shows an immediate comparison to a peer group as well. We've got a branch list and map, but again, it's all designed just to maybe save you and your team some time if you want to, again, just kind of see your information historically or compare that to another credit union. So more to come here, but we have that page as well as just a tab we call Credit Union Universe at a Glance, where again, broken down by state, you can kind of quickly come in and you can actually export this to Excel, and you can get a listing of all the credit unions in your state. You can get some facts and figures in terms of their balance sheet or profitabilities and earnings, net interest margin, just a lot of different metrics about the credit unions that you can scroll through, go directly to their page, or just again put it in, export it to an Excel spreadsheet and use it as a reference tool. So another example of what we're trying to continually offer our credit unions. Finally, it may not be appropriate today for any of you, but if we do also have a division called IntelliCredit, but we'll move on from that today. I think at this point, that's the majority of our presentation. We will open it up for any questions. Please submit those in the Q&A or the chat. While we wait for any questions, we do have upcoming webinars, on loan review. We also have a CECL, our Coffee Talk, our monthly series to discuss both in September and October. October, we'll welcome our dear friend Paul Allen from Saltmarsh to consult. But again, just continually trying to keep all of our subscribers up to date with what's happening.
Yeah. And you don't have to be a CECL user here. It's still great information, on CECL in general. And, again, we kind of open this up to all of our CECL members. So if you're, hey, how are y'all doing handling this? You can get responses from other credit unions. So this has been a fantastic reoccurring webinar we've been hosting.
Great. Yeah, and that's a good point, Jason. You don't have to be a subscriber to join any of our webinars. All right. Well, we don't have any questions coming in today. Certainly, appreciate you taking the time out of your day to join us today. Certainly welcome the opportunity to kind of review in greater detail your situation, take you through another tour of the marketplace, if appropriate, discuss pricing, but certainly, welcome the opportunity to discuss more. You can reach out to us, by email, give us a call. Jason and David, either one of you, with one of them will take you through a tour of the marketplace and see if we can help you, add some extra yield to your investment. So, Jason, any final comments before we let everyone back to their day?
No, that's it. Yeah, I hope to give us a call if any questions. I'd love to chat with you and see how we can help.
Great. Well, thank you all very much for joining us today. I'll leave this screen up here for a second. Email us or call us if you have any questions. Thank you for taking time out of your day to learn more, and have a great day.
Thank you all.